Carl here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's album review time. As 3 years after the release of their critically acclaimed album, Negotium Crucius, the faceless fiends of the Infernal Sea return with their latest offering. The black metal entities take us further down the darkened path on their fourth studio album, Hellfenlic, which will rise from the burning ashes of heretics on January 26, 2024 via Candlelight Records. Why do I feel like I'm already said that title wrong? Anyway, it is simply wonderful that in 2024, the Infernal Sea's blackened sound is just as horrible as it was back in 2012 with their debut album Call of the Arga. As the years have ticked by, the fire that burns in her soul only seems to increase in power, and once again, telling you now, they deliver an album that captures unrelenting black metal power creativity perfectly. It is an album that focuses on the murder and persecution of so-called witches by the Puritan Church in East Anglia in the UK, told through the eyes of the Witchfinder General Matthew Hopkins. Now, I think it's fair to say that the Infernal Sea rarely put a foot wrong when it comes to assaulting the mind, body and soul with their elaborate, heavy wickedness, and most will be sold on the merits of this new record from the start with Lord Abhorrent. The black metal is strong with this one. It is a fantastic opening track, a 4-minute odd blast of furious speed and heaviness, coated with a delicious delivery that long-term fans will be so familiar with. It is chaos, but chaos that draws souls to its centre. It and what follows represents the very best that black metal can be, and the Infernal Sea surely represent the best of black metal too. Case in point, Shadow of the Beast and Witchfinder. The formula is innately savage, but the overall vibe is enhanced by subtle use of dark ambience. The shifting tones of the instruments and the different vocal styles makes this one hearty effort that reveals layers upon layers the more it is heard. Whereas the latter's thicker guitar and drum sound has a certain kind of groove to it, and the atmosphere is really swirling around here. The drop that allows the bass to really shine before the rest of the instruments lead things back to a fiery finish is phenomenal sounding. This track, I believe, is going to be immense live. Though, when the Infernal Sea just go wild with a more traditional style of black metal, as they do with the Hunter, nobody will be complaining either, least of all me. This is the Infernal Sea at their heaviest sounding, and when they let loose, they're kind of untouchable. So far, so good, and there's no drop in quality as Bastard of the East brings blackened misery that suffocates the soul, moving at a frenetic pace but turning into something more akin to death in the final minute. Apt, really, considering the subject matter. This is the shit that'll make you headbang until it hurts. How awesome, though, is that punky hardcore style of black witchery. Don't ever say that the Infernal Sea don't know how to have some fun. Though, fear not, even though I'm saying that, it is still black metal. Just be prepared for some surprises as it delves into speed metal territories, has a great drum and bass only section, and a short but screeching guitar solo. It's different, but not so much that it's not recognisably the Infernal Sea. By contrast, Frozen Fen is all about darkness. A darkness that pours from the Infernal Sea and infects the senses. The slower tempo really allowing the instruments to shine, but complemented by some of the most horrifying vocals heard across the album. Really, really strong stuff here. Then finally, it is Messenger of God and the Infernal Sea go big here, aiming to put the exclamation point on these dark stories and the mindset of the man the album is focused on. Showcasing more melody, having folk-inspired touches here, but also being unrelentingly harsh. Here, the sense of perceived purpose and belief is at its strongest, and is up there as one of the finest tracks this band has ever put out there, in my opinion. It's another year, though, another fantastic release from the Infernal Sea. This one, I will say, seems less complex, and with that, though, comes a tighter and more focused sounding band. Each track is immense on its own, but together they make up a black metal album that few will be able to top this year. It's a bar-setting release. Hellfenlic, the Infernal Sea, out on January 26, 2024 via Candlelight Records. You know what to do. Got any thoughts on it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at gbhbl. Just search for gbhbl and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.